So somebody wanted to know how you wire the buses so they pick off from the right switches on the motherboard. So here's your motherboard, and here's your module slot. So for this module slot, the connectors to the left, the first bottom three lead to your output module, and then the top one goes to your metering. And in between the bottom set and the top one, you've got these pins. Now you can't really see it that well in this module because it's in the shadow, so we're going to go to the next one over because that's the one I'm currently wiring. On this one you'll see there's a row of 10 pins, a little space, and then 2 more pins. The top 2 pins are the input pins on the module to the mix amps for each module. The bottom 10 pins are the pickoff points for the bus sends on your modules. So the top pin is bus 1 assignment, bus 2, bus 3, bus 4, bus 5, bus 6, bus 7, bus 8, left, right. And then the top 2 pins are the left mix amp input and the right mix amp input, or first mix amp input, second mix amp input. So right now, this first module slot is going to be bus 1 and 2. So I've wired the first pin to the upper module input and the second pin to the lower module input, and they're already wired there. I just take a little bit, there's probably a real sweet little connector you can slot right over and do it, but my board didn't have any, so it came with soldered on connections. So while I'm reconfiguring here, I'm just soldering on. I just cut up a Megami cable, stripped out some of the quad wire, and used blue and white. And you can see right here I've already soldered on a jumper leading from the 4th pin to the lower pin. Now I'm going to do a jumper from the upper pin, from the 3rd pin to the upper pin, so that this module slot will become bus 3 and 4. And you just go right down the line. This will be 5 and 6 by using that and that pin, 7 and 8 by using the 7th and 8th pin, and then all the way at the end when I have a stereo module, it's going to be wired from the 9th pin will go to the upper module input connector, and the 10th pin will go to the lower module input connector. And I just noticed that that pin is bent. So somebody went to town when they were soldering the 2 mix on this one, and I can see somebody clipped these ones off. So these have been reconfigured a few times over the years. It's an old board. What number is this? This is Trimix number 43, and I'm rewiring it for who knows how manyth time. So for my output modules on the back, you just connected these 3 jacks all the way across for each submaster output. And then on these, I'm going to use the little connectors that feed from the meters. Let's see if I've got one here. Here's 1 and 2 right here. You just take the little meter feeds and you connect to the top one. This one's labeled because I traced it back, or previous owner traced it back. I don't remember who put this masking tape on here. This one feeds the first 2, 1 and 2 over there, of the VU meters. We plug that in now, and now those VU meters are going to get fed by bus 1 and 2. As a matter of fact, I'm not going to do it that way. I'm going to sling it under the module wiring so it won't be stressed. There. Now we've got a pickoff point for that one. So this module slot's done. It's got the output module connected to it. It's got the metering connected to it, and it has the 1st and 2nd pin wired to the module connector inputs for mix amps. And now I'm working on the 2nd one. Just cut off a little piece of wire, about that length you need. Get a nice physical connection. So it rests in there naturally. And then solder in place.